Hi everybody, today in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make an oldie but a goodie pinwheel cookies. You can see down here, just look at that. Oh, that looks so good. These have pecans in them and I used figs instead of dates. Usually you would use dates, but I like them with the figs as well, so that is an option. Just want to let you know that they are date pinwheel cookies. They are a very old recipe. They're a very good recipe. I never see this recipe, so I am going to show you how to make this one. Yeah, it makes a lot of cookies, and you can put them in storage for later, so you can actually make them and freeze them, or you can make the dough and freeze that instead, which is a good thing. It's very flexible in your hours of how you handle it. It's very flexible, and yeah, they're a very nice, delicious cookie. They have a very good and long, fulfilling history, which is awesome. And I want to show you how to make these because they are so friggin' good. Alright, I'm going to get into the video. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. I will also be writing the recipe in the description below the video. Have a good time. Let me know how yours turned out, and let's go. Alright, I have got my pan on my little am shelf over here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put in a cup and a half of figs. Now it's either I've had this in the refrigerator, but it's either you can use dates or you can use figs. Either way, whichever one you got. I got figs right now, so that's what we're doing. So 1 1/4 cups of figs, a half a cup of sugar, and a half a cup of water. Just like that, and we're going to turn it on. Just like that, and we are going to combine all this and bring it to a boil. Okay, it's starting to boil, but it hasn't quite gotten there yet. What we're going to do is we're going to let this boil, and then we're going to turn down the heat and let it simmer down for a little bit until it thickens up. And after that, we are going to put it to the side and let it cool off. And we are going to make our dough. After we get finished making our dough, when this is completely cooled down, we will be adding a half a cup of pecans to this whole mixture to kind of bring it together. So for the filling, it's 1 1/4 cups of chopped dates or figs, a half a cup of sugar, a half a cup of water, and a half a cup of chopped pecans. See, it's getting there. Going to a nice boil. It's what we want. Sorry if this gets a little smoky. Alright, you can see right here, it's starting to thicken up a little bit. Not too much. I'm going to let it go for probably about 2 or 3 more minutes. I'll set it aside to cool, and I will get started on the cookie dough. Alright, right here, that's a pretty decent consistency, so I'm going to leave it at that. Alright, I'm going to put this to the side, and we are going to get started on our cookie dough. Alright, for our cookie dough, we're going to start off with the dry ingredients. We are going to put in 2 cups of flour in a small to medium-sized bowl. A half a teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to give this all a quick mix. Yeah, I just mixed it with the measuring spoon. Alright, we got a quick mix, and now we're going to put it to the side. Alright, now you're going to grab another bowl. You're going to add in 1 cup of brown sugar and a half a cup of soft butter. Now we are going to mix this all together until well combined and has kind of a fluffy consistency. Now we are going to add in an egg and a half a teaspoon of vanilla. A little extra for good luck. We're going to mix all this together. just like that. Perfect. And now we are going to slowly add in our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients and keep combining that until this is all done. So just put a little bit in your bowl, just like that, and mix that all together. And continue until the dry ingredients are done. Alright, now that we have gotten this all mixed up, I'm going to put it to the side. I am going to grab my pot. I'm going to put a half a cup of pecans in here. This is chopped pecans. So I chopped the figs to make them a little smaller, to make them more, how do I put it? Easier to work with when I'm rolling the cookies. And I chopped the pecans just a little bit. I'm going to add that to my pot. Give it a good mix. Still a little warm, but that's fine. Alright, now we're going to move on to our next step. Alright, I've got my dough put on my mat right over here. I'm giving it a good knead to make sure it all stays together. Alright, just like that. I have my rolling pin. I'm going to spread some flour on my rolling pin a little bit and just kind of all around the general area so nothing sticks. And we are going to try to roll this out into a neat rectangle. Get this centered up so you can see it. There, alright, I'm going to try to roll this into a rectangle. And I'm kind of using this tool right here to try to even out the edges a little bit. We want this to be as neat as possible. Just like that. And I'm going to do a little bit more like this. Just kind of roll it out a little bit more. Try to make it neat and flat. Perfect. Now we are going to apply our filling. Just like that. And spread it out. Alright, I got it spread out pretty decently. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to decide, do we want smaller cookies or do we want larger cookies? If we want larger cookies, we are going to roll it from this side. If we want smaller cookies, we'll roll it from over here. I want a little bit bigger cookies, so I'll go ahead and put it out from this side right over here. So we are going to, I'm going to take this tool and I'm just going to slightly kind of bring it over, just like that. And then I'm going to start the rolling process. Just like that. Just carefully roll it. Your cookie dough might fall apart a little bit, that's okay. Just make our way towards the end. Perfect. Now I'm going to get a piece of wax paper and I'm going to transfer this onto that. That's good. We're going to roll this just like that. Now, we could tie off the ends and we could put this in the freezer for however long you want to. and take it out when you're ready. Let it thaw, cut them and bake them. But what I'm going to do right now is I am going to put this in the refrigerator for about 2 hours to overnight. And we will cut them and put them in the oven. So I will be right back and I will show you what to do next. I got it out of the refrigerator and I got it a little unrolled. Now it got a little flat while it was in there. That was to be expected. I didn't roll it up as tightly as it probably should have been. Now we can do this 2 ways. We can take a string, and because we're going to cut it, we take a string and we can bring the string under, cross it over and tighten it up and cut the cookies that way. Or we can just do it with a knife or one of these. I'm going to do it with one of these. I got the oven set at 350 degrees, so preheat your oven to 350 degrees and start this step. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over onto its side, and you have 2 ugly corners. They're just going to be ugly. There's nothing you can do about it. Just cut off your ugly corner, put it to the side. Now we're going to start cutting the cookies. Just cut it and make them about as thick as you would want them to be. They're not very big cookies. They're kind of like a snack-like cookie that you could put in your lunchbox or in your purse or something like that. So we cut the cookies like so. And we can kind of mess around with their shape when we put them in on our wax paper for baking. Just like that. Cut the cookies. I don't know, a good first finger knuckle width is really good. That's a good start. I don't know if you have any idea what I'm talking about, but you can see it for my visual learners. Alright, so we have gotten about 27 cookies out of this whole thing. I just cut them. Now I'm going to grab another piece of wax paper, put them on it. Round them out. See if you can see that. Alright, we're going to pinch them a little bit on the sides and make them nice and round. And we're going to place our cookies on our wax paper. Just like that. Now, after we do this, when we put it in the oven, we're going to bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes. Until they have a nice kind of brownish exterior. You can hear my dog barking. I don't think she's happy. She's mad about something. Alright, I'm going to get the rest of these all put on my sheet. I am going to stick them in the oven. And I'm going to show you the finished result of the pinwheel cookies. Okay, I have gotten them out of the oven now, and as you can see, they're sitting here looking delicious. They're a little hot to the touch, but I'm going to pick one up anyways. You see, they are just very nice cookies. Now, aesthetic-wise, they're probably not the most pleasing to look at, but I reassure you, they are delicious. Why else would I make them? They're a very old recipe, and I never see them, which makes me really sad, because they are so dang good, but they are a staple in Southern households. So if you know, you know what these are. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you again, and God bless you. Have a good day. Okay, goodbye. Thank you.